Today I'm flying on ANA Business Class The Room, the biggest business class suite out there bar none. I eat 3 breakfasts in their decadent lounge and then feast on their sensational in-flight Japanese cuisine. This has been on my bucket list for a long time, but is it as good as everyone says? Let's find out. So made it to Haneda Airport Terminal 2 after navigating the sometimes labyrinth of tubes and trains and monorails that you get in Tokyo. But I stayed here once before, so I've kind of lodged in my head exactly how to get here, and I made it. And not even on the air side, but have a look at this view behind. It's amazing. You see the runway, aircraft taking off. Av geek's dream. Really cool. I just wanted to mention this check-in area. With that backdrop of the beautiful sunrise, don't you think that makes the check-in process just such a lovely experience? Couple that with the views of the aircraft, yep, it's quite a thing. Baggage sent promptly and the process took just a handful of minutes. Before heading through security, I just felt I must take another look at that view. Why aren't all check-in areas like this? I could grab a chair and spend a good few hours just sitting here looking at that view. Picture perfect. So time to head to the lounge. I came to Tokyo Terminal 2 and I was on the ANA First Class, the suite, and the lounge was amazing. So it'd be good to compare and contrast the business class lounge, because today I'm flying on ANA Business Class, the room, and yeah, really excited about that. You know, people say it's as good as Qatar Airways Qsuites, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, really excited to go to the lounge and get some Japanese breakfast. So let's do this. Welcome to the ANA Business Class Lounge at Terminal 2 Haneda. I'm just struck by the amount of light beaming through this space. Even if the sun wasn't shining outside like today, it would feel sunny in here. Surrounded by floor-to-ceiling windows, you are bathed in light, which exudes such a warm feeling. The color scheme is tasteful and elegant, a lot lighter than the ANA The Suite First Class Lounge, which I visited last year. That was gorgeous, but with darker shades of grey and browns. This is much more of a brighter vibe. Let's talk seating, and there's a lot of seats to talk about. Upright seats, individual armchairs, private seats towards the back, and that's not even taking into account the seats for dining. Suffice to say, you'll find something that suits your needs. A very ordered and uniform layout, as you can see. And then you have this view over the apron and runway. What's not to like? Okay, the food. There is the usual warm breakfast buffet with scrambled eggs, potatoes, etc. Then a salad bar with various dressings, cereals, cute bite-sized sandwiches, fruits, buns and Japanese pastries, and then rice balls and tofu variations. For drinks, there is the hard stuff, this clever drink pouring machine, iced coffee, teas and regular coffee. So I ended up getting a Western breakfast menu and then realised I wanted to go for Japanese, so I might have to get some more in a second. So I got my breakfast and went and sat down in the lounge area, because lots of people are doing that, but I forgot Japanese culture. It's quite respectful. No one really speaks on their mobile phones in public, so I was told off very politely and just asked to come into this little booth. So yes, I'm standing in this little booth because this is where I'm allowed to talk. They like to keep it a bit peaceful and quiet. Just had the Western breakfast, which I was actually looking to get the Japanese breakfast, but I ended up getting the Western by mistake. I've eaten it, I'm so hungry, I'm gonna go and get some noodles. And here is said bowl of noodles. I opted for the udon noodles with vegetable tempura and broth, extremely light and flavoursome. I had heard about this ANA original curry, so I figured it'd be rude not to try it, right? And I timed it to perfection with a new hot pot of curry just delivered. Check out this rice machine. Quite fascinating the way it came out. Hot and steamy comfort food. There are showers if you need to freshen up, and a baggage storage area too. Very handy indeed. The lavatories are sparkling clean with high-end Villeroy and Boch sinks. Classy. Alright, time to head to the gates, and if you're looking to stop at the only duty-free shop there is, come early. Yep, that is one single queue for the checkout. Gate 73 is where we're heading and is conveniently located nearby, and there is the 777 basking in the sunshine. That queue, by the way, is all for business class. Just goes to show this aircraft is premium seat heavy. Okay, towards the jetty, and I spot a Star Wars livery 787. So here goes ANA to London Heathrow on business class, the room. Konnichiwa, 19. Good morning, thank you. Konnichiwa. A few konnichiwas later and I'm at my seat 19A. A modern slick finish, but the size of the seats steals the show. Definitely got to be the widest business class seat on earth. Is there anything bigger? I don't think so. The 23-inch screen packs a punch and looks absolutely awesome. The footwell looks like a sufficient size, but we'll have to try this in bed mode to really assess that. In true Japanese style, less is more, but everything you need is actually here. Perfect. The seat controls have a clever wheel to recline, and there are buttons too to help with that, and further along is the IFE controller. In terms of storage, I'm not seeing much, but we have this compartment with a mirror, somewhere you can store your smaller items, but looks like anything bigger will have to go in the overhead locker. Strange really, given that the seat is so big, but with so little storage space. Charging ports are contained here also, with an international plug socket and a USB-A port. Didn't see a USB-C though anywhere. The table slides out nice and smoothly and nestles back in with a reassuring click and green indicator. There's another USB-A port and headphone port, and there is a reading light over each shoulder. The headphones are Sony noise cancelling, and these were light and comfy. Good sound with adequate noise cancelling. Yep, no complaints with these. Not sure what this storage space is for. My phone jutted out when I placed it in here. Perhaps tissues or a pen or some smaller items. The Amenity bag is by Ettinger, and inside you'll find a convenient foldable bag, which I received in first class also, some lip balm and body lotion, and that's it. If you do require a toothbrush and moisture wipes, etc., these are available in the galley and toilets. Overhead vents, always a welcome addition to cool you down. I'm in the smaller business class cabin, which is definitely my preference. Yes, I don't get off the plane first, but it's more private back here, so who cares? So first impressions are, this is a massive seat, really big for business class. Yeah, ANA, the room, I'm liking it a lot. Not that much storage though. I'm just struggling to find lots of places to put your bits and bobs. We will search. There's a lot of room here. This is me sitting on one side, and if I squeeze over, you could probably comfortably squeeze two people in here. Might be a bit of a squash, but yeah. Good amount of room. Nice. So it's only when you actually look down the length of the wingspan, and you realize how huge these wings actually are. I love sitting here, seeing the flaps, the aileron, when you're cruising along at high speed and watching that aileron slightly tilt to watch the plane turn. Yeah, that kind of stuff excites me. Anyway, here we go, pushback. Prompt Japanese timing. Departing bang on time. Wouldn't expect anything less. Oh my gosh, wow. Just take a look at that view. Tokyo City with Mount Fuji in the background and a Boeing 777 wing in the foreground. Simply sensational. So you have a fully closing door on the ANA, the room business class. So I can close it in two sections. Press this button here. And there you go, that closes. And then press this one down here. And there you have it. Albeit with a little gap in the middle, but we can live with that. Yeah, now you're in your closed off little cocoon. There you go, that feels a bit more private and cozy. Yeah, nice. It's nice to have a closing door in business class. It's a long flight. We've got 13 and a half hours to London. So I'll be having a nice bite to eat and yeah, getting a bit of rest. So this is a nice little touch. You want to block some of the light off, you can do that. And one more time to make it really dark. Better for filming, but also at night time or waking up after a sleep, you might not want the bright light straight away. So you could just do it in stages. So you can control the in-flight entertainment, the IFE, either by touching the screen, like so. Go to settings. You've got all your different settings here. Start, whatever that is, browse movies. Or you can actually control it through the handheld device, which you're probably quite familiar with as well. The range of movies was okay, nothing amazing. They had Japanese and world movies also, and some animation kid stuff if needed. The aroma of lunch being prepared began wafting through the cabin. I knew I was at the back of the business class cabin, so I might have to wait a bit for my turn. Fine by me, I had already had 3 breakfasts. Anyway, I thought I'd get my table out in preparation. I like the fact that you can slide the table back and forth, allowing you to leave the seat if need be. One side felt really solid and the other, not so much. I'm sure it's fine for dining, not sure about working though. The menu, as expected, is extensive. You of course have the option of Japanese or international dining. Drinks-wise, sake, shochu, champagne, white wine and red wine are all on offer with an array of juices and soft drinks too. Today I'll be opting for the Japanese menu and cannot wait. Having tried the first class Japanese food on ANA, which was sublime, I know the business class offering won't fail to deliver also. Eating great food on business or first class is one of the best things, right? So starting today's lunch service with the ANA Amuse, which is the ANA original cinnamon ginger stick, marinated shrimp, olive and cheese. Sounds nice. Let's give it a go. It's good. In fact, I was just speaking to the flight attendant and she asked me if I want the Japanese or the international meal, and I said I'd definitely go for the Japanese. And also, my opinion, I think when departing from Japan, the food quality is that much better than when actually arriving in Japan and getting catering from another country. She agreed. She goes, yeah, the Japanese dining on board will be superior when departing from Japan. You know, it kind of makes sense. It's probably fresher ingredients, and the ingredients in Japan are pretty amazing. Yeah, so far this amuse is delicious. I think I made the right choice going for the Japanese. But there's this is a 14-hour flight. I've got a lot of food to eat. I'm going to eat it. Wow. That marinated shrimp and olive and cheese. I know it's just simple olive and cheese, but actually really tasty. I'm going to try this cinnamon ginger stick now. That's really nice. Nutty, cinnamony, buttery. Like it. So the first course of Zensei has been served and it looks amazing. We got grilled squid with sea urchin, sea bream with sushi roll, simmered carrot and sashimi with some soy sauce, which I've been advised to put in there as well. Looks really nice. Let's give this a go. Right, when in Japan or flying over Japan, we use the chopsticks. Let's give this a go. I'm going to give the salmon a try first. Got a really beautiful, delicate flavor. Oh yeah, that's delicious. There's a lot of ingredients here that I'm probably not familiar with, or I don't know how to pronounce, all kind of work together. But yeah, really, really tasty. Again, food that I wouldn't try at home. I wouldn't necessarily have the expertise, or my palate is not as refined to actually know, yeah, that this goes with that, that goes with this. But this is the thing, I'm used to sushi or tempura or maybe wagyu or something like that. But here they combine all different flavors, which makes it quite unique. And an experience, a culinary experience that you wouldn't normally try unless you go to, unless you fly first class or business class in a good airline, good Japanese airline, or if you go to a really good Japanese restaurant and try out all these things. Yeah, interesting, really tasty. I like it a lot. The ingredients they use, I've never come across this stuff before, but the flavors are really delicate, they're really subtle. There's nothing that's overpowering or strong. I mean, this feels like it's, this tastes like it's a potato, but it's not, unless it's part of the potato family. A million miles away from cuisine that we get in the West. It's nice to try something different, and I'm glad I picked the Japanese menu. Right. I have to say, this is unbelievable. Sashimi. I actually don't know what fish it is, but I'll find out. But it's so delicious. It's got ginger, it's got spring onions, it's got this beautiful sesame soy sauce dip. It's got coriander. It's melting in the mouth. It's amazing. Wow. This is unbelievable. Delicious. Wow. One of the nicest sashimis I've had. Definitely the nicest I've had in the sky. But yeah, because I went to a Japanese omakase restaurant where the chef will serve you whatever he wishes to. This is up there. The same. Delicious. Right, here goes. This is the main course. So I've got simmered beef, which actually looks a bit like doner kebab-ish, but I'm sure it's not. And some fish and rice and miso soup and some other tidbits. Now, I don't know the etiquette here, but I'm just going to kind of mash it all together and see what happens. Bit of rice. It's nice, it's rice. The beef. That's really good. Some tofu, mix it with the rice. Really good. Yeah, yummy. Let's try the fish. Oh yeah, that's delicious. It's got a bit of sweetness to it, really tender, nicely cooked, not overkilled. Fish on an aeroplane, probably it's easy to overdo it, but they've done a really stellar job here. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, really tasty. Liking it a lot. For dessert, I went for this. Not sure what it is, but it was yummy with a cup of tea. So just had lunch and ready now to chill out and watch a movie. Time to try out the bed and get horizontal. I wasn't planning on sleeping, but just to watch some movies and relax in the seat. The seat transforms into a substantial bed. Great size for business class. No issues sleeping on your side here. Do note the mattress topper is super flimsy and thin. I'm sure if requested, there'd be no problem getting more of these. So this is my first and big gripe with this seat. When reclined or in bed mode, it is extremely hard, and for a 13+ hour flight, that's just not comfortable and acceptable in my book. I struggled to get comfy. I even folded the mattress topper and put that and my pillow under my seat for some cushioning. Didn't help at all. Whoever upholstered these seats needs to go back to the drawing board, in my opinion. Watched a couple of movies. We've got about 7 hours left. Having a pretty chill flight. But the bed, I've noticed, the bed is really firm. Getting a sore backside. Might have to go for a walk. So I went for a walk and a stretch. So I decided to come and check out the toilets early before they get busy. And yeah, really nice and clean as expected. I think Japanese flight attendants are really diligent at cleaning the loos as soon as someone's been there. But yeah, you've got the usual stuff: mouthwash, toothbrushes, a bidet toilet as always. Quick look around the main business class cabin. Much prefer where I'm seated. Peering out the window and a quick check of the flight map, I see we are over the Arctic and nearing Greenland. So we're about 3 hours away from landing, flying somewhere between Arctic and Greenland. I tried not to sleep. I think I got a bit of shut eye, but I'm absolutely knackered and broken. My body clock is all over the shop. I had got up crazy early, like 2 a.m. Tokyo time, and now it is coming up to about 9 p.m. Tokyo time. So I've been awake for some crazy amount of time, just trying to get my body clock back to UK time so I can get ready to adjust. But yeah, a really nice flight. I don't really want to eat any food, but I might try something. Let's give it a go, hey? A coffee and orange juice to perk me up, and on to the next meal. So I was unsure what this would taste like and whether I really want this for, is it breakfast, is it nighttime? It's crazy hours. I went for the chicken and mushroom risotto, and it's absolutely delicious. Really glad I went for this. Yeah, that was a really good dish. And what better thing to round it off with? Cookies and cream Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Nice. Rock solid. I'll give it a couple of minutes. One of the FAs presented a decorated plate with a message written in chocolate. I thought she had made this for me, and I tried to take it off her, and she said no, this is for all the passengers, and she was just showing it to me. We both laughed, and I felt a bit silly. So not long to go, and the pilot is extending the flaps. By the way, in case you didn't know, these are used to maintain lift at slower speeds by increasing the surface area of the wing. Fact of the day. So what did I think of ANA the room? Well, I thought it was very good indeed, and even though the bed was huge, if it hadn't been so hard and uncomfortable, I'd definitely give it an overall excellent. Notwithstanding that, the rest of the experience excelled. The cabin crew was super friendly and always on hand. The cabin itself was tasteful and elegant. I loved my time in the ANA lounge, and the food, yeah, was so exceptional, as you could see from my reactions. All in all, a very solid flight. A shame about that bed. Better than Qatar Airways Qsuites? I don't think it was. Yes, size-wise it wins, but the point of difference for me was the comfort, which I found lacking in the room. Food is excellent on both. If I had to choose, I think Qsuite edges it slightly for me. This is just my opinion, but please do let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I really enjoyed making and sharing my experience with you. If you liked my video, then please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, why not? It would really help my channel to grow. So if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be much appreciated. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Bye-bye. Just landed at Heathrow. That was an epic flight on ANA Business Class, the room. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to enjoy the journey.